Story County, helping build Nevada's future.
Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers. On the broadcast today, Kelly Gaines joins us. She's president and CEO of the Nevada Subcontractors Association. Here for the whole show, the all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
This piano's in tune because I take care of it. Neglect it, and nothing sounds right. That's our economy. Congress neglects us while lining their pockets, self-dealing, insider trading, while you do more with less. One good job used to buy a home, fill your tank, raise a family. Not anymore. I'm Marty O'Donnell. I approve this message because it's time to get Congress back in tune.
This summer, all roads lead to Hobie's Casino for trucks or bucks. Win up to $1,000 in cash every week. Then buckle up and win a brand new Tacoma or $35,000 in cash. Shift the winning into high gear at Hobie's Casino.
2025 is bringing big changes for Nevada businesses. If you have more than 5 employees and have been operating for 3 years or more, you must now comply with new state retirement plan mandates. The Vegas Chamber 401k plan makes it easy, offering a proven, customizable, and cost-effective plan for employers and employees to save with tax advantages. Visit vegaschamber.com to explore options and see how the Vegas Chamber can help you start saving for your future.
It happens. And when it does, there's UMC Quick Care.
Like a traditional handmade basket, retail is woven into the fabric of life in Nevada. From big box to mom and pop, retail supports our communities in countless ways. Jobs for the disabled, team uniforms for kids, help for the elderly, and so much more. Retail employs over 1 in 10 workers. Retail supports Nevada, and we support retail.
RANNV.org.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we're delighted to welcome to the program for the first time Kelly Gaines. She's the president and CEO of the Nevada Subcontractors Association. Pleasure to have you on the program, Kelly.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Sam.
So let's start out with, I was watching Bill Maher's program on Friday, and he had a gentleman named Mike Rowe on the program who was talking about, and this is almost an unbelievable situation, that there are something like 7 million people in this country, mostly men, who are not working, even though they're able-bodied and able to go to work. They're just not working. And yet you have millions and millions of construction jobs and other trades jobs available that people don't need a 4-year degree for. I know this is something that a lot of organizations like yours have been struggling with. What are you guys doing in terms of trying to get kids to understand that they don't need to have hundreds of thousands of dollars of college debt, unless they want to, of course, but they can come into trades and make a lot of money. Electricians, $120,000 a year. Plumbers, $200,000 a year. The opportunities are amazing.
Yeah, they are. I think he touches on something that we know has been a problem for 20 years. I think that's what we're looking at. And I say 20 years in the making. I think for a while we told generations that the only respectable path was a 4-year degree, and we're paying for that now. So something that the NSA has done. So on behalf of the NSA, I'm a founding member and board member of the Southern Nevada Trades High School. This is the first trades high school in Nevada. We're modeled after ACE High School in Reno. And so as we're here, we have our students going to school today. But this past May, we had our first graduating class of 71 students, which half of them went directly into the construction trade companies after graduation. So our executive director, Stephanie Kirby, she's now focused on getting into the middle schools, pulling in employers to lend their real world experience alongside the day-to-day course curriculum we have and creating more awareness in the community. So it's not a silver bullet or magic bullet in terms of being able to solve the workforce, the pipeline issue or getting younger people into the trades, but it's one step closer to combat the shortage that we do have. So that's
right.
one of the things that we're doing.
And is there a cost for kids to be able to go to this school?
So this is a free public charter school. It's about a mile south of Nellis. We're in our 4th year, so this year is starting our 4th year. And so no, it doesn't, it's free.
And I want to give a shout out to Norm DeAnda, who unfortunately passed a few years ago, but the former head of Q&D Construction, who started Ace High School in Reno, and it was a great idea. You know, one of the things that I've tried to emphasize on the program is that so many of these jobs today are not the jobs of yesterday. A lot of them are computer-based. They're in areas that kids would enjoy being involved in. When you look at the Clark County School District, do they teach shop these days? Is that something that still goes on?
So I can't speak directly about CCSD or Clark County School District and the different schools that they have within their system. I do know that there are magnet schools you take like NECTA or SECTA that have they have construction courses available in certain areas. However, Southern Nevada Trades High School is solely focused on trade skills.
All right, let's talk about the opportunities here because, you know, even though Las Vegas has slowed a little, and I say a little because it's in comparison to the previous year where things were just going through the roof as far as tourism, etc., and all the big events that were going on. But as far as construction goes, that not only appears to not have slowed down, but is in the process of picking up. If you guys get an NBA arena, that's just going to be even more jobs. You've got the A's Stadium going on now. You've got work going on out of Apex. I mean, all over. And that doesn't include the housing industry, et cetera. What are your members saying to you as far as their outlook for 2027 in terms of construction?
Yeah, I think the great thing about Las Vegas and the Valley is that I do feel like it's the most diverse building cycle that the Valley's been in. And I think that's great news. Today, when we're looking at building, you're looking at building for sports, data centers, strip development, housing, where in the past it was the strip. So volume is definitely not a constraint. Capacity is. So there is the sentiments on that is that it's great that it is booming. I think it does go back to for our subcontractors. So kind of just give some light about the NSA and what our makeup is. So we make up about 150 companies, subcontractors, associate members that are all small businesses. And I say small relatively of, you know, what that can mean to people. But they're all businesses. They employ hundreds, thousands of Nevadans. And so they have, when you're looking at a boom like that, it's very positive because there is work going on and not a shortage of it. However, from a small business or subcontractor standpoint, you know, they're looking at a backlog. They can't bid all of the work because they also can't staff it. So labor is one of those issues. So what I'm bringing up is basically that it's a great thing to have, but I think we also have to look at other things that are constraints to businesses in order to be able to fulfill that demand. So labor, cost of doing business, which goes into payroll and cost of insurance. So on the housing side, there's not a short of demand or short of builders. I mean, we're short on land. And so there's several different things that are kind of, it's positive that we have a boom, but then there's several things that it's hard to keep up with it.
You know, lots of discussion on this program with folks from the construction industry and the housing industry in Southern Nevada about land. Do you see any optimism at this point? Because you guys are very involved in the legislative process, both locally and federally. Do you see any possibility that this year we might see more land being given to Clark County? Because that would do so much, not only in opening up land for construction, but also the more housing you can build, the lower the cost would be to people who want to buy houses.
So just to clarify, so Nevada Subcontractors Association, what we focus on are a lot of things that happen in the state of Nevada. So things that we bring to the forefront is in Carson, not Washington. So we don't specifically, Nevada Subcontractors Association, focus on federal issues, but we are part of a new coalition called Southern Nevada Development Coalition, which makes up 10 trade associations in the construction space, the development space. And so we work with our partners, and some of those partners, I know you had Tina Frias on of Southern Nevada Home Builders. She is part of this coalition. And so what I could say to that is, based on what my trade partners have, trade association partners have talked about, yes, it's positive, it's slow moving, but I see a lot of traction that our groups have worked on over the last couple of years. So I do see that as a positive. For us as the NSA, this is what I say is land is, one problem. We're working with 99 other problems. And so that is something that we're focused on, that the NSA is focused on. But I see all of it, especially with this new coalition of 10 different associations. Instead of us trying to solve 100 problems independently, we're trying to solve 100 problems together. And so you might have someone take the lead on a specific issue. And SNHB has been great on kind of leading that for our coalition.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back and we'll discuss much more with Kelly Gaines. She's the president and CEO of the Nevada Subcontractors Association after this time out. As you know, Reno is booming. Toll's development company is helping it grow with insightful design and development, building community with every project, adding beauty, adding excitement, emphasizing our shared humanity. Reno is becoming bigger. Toll's development is helping it become better, more livable, more enjoyable. To learn more, go to tollsdevelopment.com. tollsdevelopment.com.
Welcome to Story County, where history meets innovation, and a pioneering spirit continues to shape our future. At the heart of the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, we power the future with global leaders in technology and manufacturing, driving progress that reaches far beyond our county lines. From advanced manufacturing to tech innovation, our industries are creating thousands of quality careers, fueling a vibrant economy that benefits every Nevadan. But it's more than just growth. Our community is our foundation, supporting families, empowering local initiatives, and creating a place where everyone belongs. Be part of a legacy built on bold ideas and boundless possibilities. Join us in building a brighter future right here in Story County. Story County, helping build Nevada's future.
At Nevada Urban Indians in Reno, your health is our priority. Our medical clinic welcomes everyone. We accept all insurances, ensuring quality care is within reach. Nevada Urban Indians, your partners in health.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Kelly Gaines. She's the president and CEO of the Nevada Subcontractors Association. So one of the things that is a boom right now for the construction industry are data centers that are popping up all over the state. How do your members feel about this? Because it sounds like there's a lot of work for them.
So I think it goes back to our subcontractors work in the capacity of data centers, the sports arenas, all of it. I think it's all great. I think it's kind of lumped all together in the fact that the data centers, it's data centers are a resource policy that a lot of people have different opinions on. That's definitely an answer for somebody else. I think where my lane is when the state says yes to something, data centers, arenas, housing developments, what we look at is that Nevada contractors and Nevada workers should be doing the work. And so that's kind of how we view data centers right now. Is the work available for our members? And what does that look like? So that's kind of where we're at on that. It kind of is lumped together because it's all construction and development. And from our standpoint with the subcontractors that are the painters, roofers, electricians, they're every piece of any building development. So data centers, it's a good thing. I mean, in regards that the hiring is stayed with Nevada contractors and Nevada workers.
Yeah, I'm going to be talking with the mayor of Boulder City, Joe Hardy, here in a couple of days. And in a private conversation with him, as we were setting this up, he's working with the Sierra Club and trying to come up with some sensible regulations that address concerns that some citizens have. But he thinks that at the end of this process, that he'll be able to come up with things that make the citizens of Boulder City, for example, much more comfortable with data centers. And that could be a standard that's applied to the whole state. And that would help out, I think, in lots of different areas and continue with this thriving business that's not going away.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think when you look at the sentiments, the difference between the sentiments of constituents or Nevadans that aren't in construction, obviously you brought up Boulder City. There's some, public news about that and the concerns that bringing data centers in, specifically what that looks like to Nevadans or communities. And so again, I rely on different groups to be able to handle that resource policy. Again, going back to our subcontractors and how our members look at it is that it helps the economic development, it creates jobs, and which helps our members.
Yeah, it looks to me, I mean, if you're in construction at this point, in any of the fields of construction, you're looking at boom times for more than a decade, because by the time you go out a decade, you're looking at Ivanpah and the airport being built out there, and the housing and businesses that will go along with the reliever airport. I mean, that's going to be, you're going to be looking for employees for a long time.
Yes, yeah. And that's why I think the workforce development side, educating our youth in regard to the jobs that are available. I mean, we're talking about data centers, so I feel like that goes along with AI and the development of AI technology. And, I think one thing that is consistent in a lot of these conversations around data centers, around AI, and jobs is that the plumbing job, the electrical job, the mechanical job, those are still going to exist. So we're going to need more labor. The average age of someone who works in the trade skills is around 45. And so that is a high age, meaning we need younger people to get in there. And that's why the school is very important. If we can have multiple schools, I think education or around youth is really what's most important. But then on the flip side is where are some areas that we can find ready to work folks and get them into the construction workforce. And so it's just a constant thing that I think our industry, especially the NSA, is looking at, because we definitely see that happening.
Well, the other part of it is that, the retirement level is quite strong as well. I mean, you're not going to be seeing people working in construction until they're in their 70s and 80s, as they may be lucky enough to do in other fields. And so the replacement factor is very important as well, right?
Yes, yeah, for sure. And so it goes back to and I think this does go back to policy and money that's available for workforce development, creating different training programs, just investing, which does come with dollars, investing into these opportunities, whatever that looks like. I don't, there's so many different ways that I think that can that can happen. I don't have all the answers. We started with the school. How do we build more of those schools? How do we, uh, are there incentives for people at the age of 20? So you look beyond high school, but shortly after 20 to 35, do we have incentives to bring that age group into the industry?
Right. Well, isn't that the answer to pretty much every question? We need money to do it. I know we have to raise money here just to go and get coffee after the show. So I understand what you're saying. We're going to take another break here. More with Kelly Gaines after this timeout.
Aaron Ford says he was a teacher.
I taught middle school math.
Here's some math.
Ford took over 420 days of vacation
while we showed up for work.
That's more than a year of paid vacation.
While he was jetting off to Paris,
Martha's Vineyard, and Cabo,
we were here.
We were here.
We were here teaching.
You know who else was here?
Joe Lombardo. For kids, families, and teachers.
He shows up every time.
And teachers are going to show up for Joe Lombardo every time.
The trucking industry is the most resilient link in the supply chain, moving 95% of our freight in the Silver State. And while essential, the road isn't always smooth. Supply chain disruptions, rising fuel costs, and unrealistic rules and laws that hamper our ability to serve our customers and country. Our prosperity and every sector of the economy, manufacturing, mining, medicine, and food from farm to table, is tied to trucks. There's nothing without trucking.
The Nevada Builders Alliance has been protecting the interests of the construction industry for over 50 years. Our programs save members thousands of dollars every year and allow them to provide much-needed benefits to their employees. Our industry also allows Nevada to grow. If you're thinking about a career in the construction industry, reach out. And if you haven't thought of a career in construction, what are you waiting for? We are the Nevada Builders Alliance.
A power line is more than a power line. It's maintaining the bottom line for small businesses. It's keeping the assembly line moving for our workforce. For our brightest minds, it's meeting a deadline. It's on the front line with our heroes. And on the sidelines of the biggest games. It's a direct line to our loved ones. And it's a lifeline for the most vulnerable. There's a lot on the line.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Kelly Gaines. She's president and CEO of the Nevada Subcontractors Association. So you guys are obviously very much involved in legislative issues. As you look towards the 2027 legislative session, which, let's face it, is right around the corner, what are the biggest issues that you're going to be looking at going into Carson City?
Going into 2027, our focus is really going to be around the cost of doing business, because that is where housing affordability actually gets decided. I mentioned earlier, land is an issue. That is one, but it's also only one piece in being able to continue work. For our businesses, so the things that we're looking at are more around the line of cost of doing business. So one of the fastest rising issues is insurance. And whether that's workers' comp, commercial auto, general liability, our subcontractors absorb those costs. Those goes into bid. That bid goes into the price of a house. That's what the buyer pays for. And so for us, because we are made up of businesses that operate here, again, going back to land is one thing, but when you have a business, you have 99 other issues that you have to deal with in regards to operating. And so it's really the cost of doing business. So any issues around that could be around payroll. I mean, the fastest growing one I was mentioning was insurance, but you have labor laws, payroll, anything to do, I mean, with a business. I'm sure you're very familiar with the session. I mean, 1,200 bills come out. They're all over, a span of different things. And a lot of them are around business, because I think people are trying to change, make things better, have the intent to make doing business better, but we constantly have to look at those. So that's always been our main focus, is the cost of doing business, but also with that is construction defect. It was why the Nevada Subcontractors was created. And so we're always looking at what is that law look like, because there's usually something that's coming down the pipeline around that.
All right. Well, that's where we have to leave it for now. But I think we'll be looking forward to seeing you in Carson City starting in February.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Thank you so much for doing this. We appreciate it. And we'll be right back.
Each day, the Children's Advocacy Alliance partners with leaders, legislators, and families across Nevada to improve children's health, education, economic well-being, and safety. We recognize Nevada will be no better than the state of its children. Be a part of this change. Be a supporter of the Children's Advocacy Alliance. For more information, go to caanv.org.
Welcome to the Ahern Hotel, where bold ambition meets unforgettable experiences. Feel your game day vibes and celebrate with great food at All American Sports Kitchen, serving amazing flavors and fan favorites. Sip and savor at Aroma Barista Bar, handcrafted coffee roasted to perfection. Step into the Ahern Live showroom, where concerts, comedy, and unforgettable performances light up the night. We also have the David Yule Art Gallery. It's the only one in the world, and his work is breathtaking. Browse the gift shop. It's a treasure trove of keepsakes, chic essentials, and one-of-a-kind finds. And the space. Almost 30,000 square feet of meetings and events areas ready for you. From weddings and birthdays to quinceañeras, trade shows, banquets, and beauty pageants. Bigger ideas? Let the Ahern team handle all the details so your event is flawless. Ahern Hotel, where moments become memories. Book your next gathering today.
Imagine a magical garden that feeds Carson City's hungry and homeless, teaches our high school students agriculture, creates hanging floral displays to beautify downtown, and yet charges nothing. It's not magic. It's the Greenhouse Project. It's real, it's growing, and it needs your help. Go online to carsоncitygreenhouse.org so together we can grow it forward.
This summer, all roads lead to Tamarack Casino for trucks or bucks. Win up to $5,000 in cash every week. Buckle up and win a brand new Tundra or up to $45,000 in cash. Shift the winning and your good times into high gear at Tamarack Casino.
Thanks for watching Nevada Newsmakers. If you want to be on our mailing list, go to the website, NevadaNewsmakers.com, and sign up. You'll get the guest list in advance every Friday, and on Mondays, a whole list of our new archive shows going back to 2003. We'll see you on the next broadcast.